Hi, thank you and welcome to an episode of Ask an Expert session with Cryoserver. My name is Robin Bingaman and I am the Cryoserver product expert here at Cryoserver. Just a short intro on Cryoserver and why we, the experts on advising you on your email archiving requirements. We've been a specialist in the email space, particularly email archiving, for over 18 years. And we have some fantastic organizations that we are serving across the world. Now, with over 56% and growing of today's organizations moving to Office 365, it doesn't matter if you're already on it or considering migrating to Office 365, you'll find our session today useful in making your sound decisions on the email data and the security for your company. So let's set the scene. Office 365 has been an unstoppable force in cloud-based business productivity since 2011 and shows no signs of slowing down. It's what Microsoft touts as best of suite, and indeed for all-around Office Productivity Suite, there's nothing comparable to Office 365 on the market. Though it offers all the modern comforts and necessities to run today's business, there are certain quirks and gaps that you may not be aware of, and these gaps could be a major pain in the neck for your organization, particularly in the way of compliance and storage and administration. Why is it that, and how does Cryoserver email archiving solve those pains? Well, let's begin with dissecting what Office 365 has out of the box and what it doesn't have. Out of the box, they have productivity suites, Office apps such as Outlook, Excel, PowerPoint, Word, etc., etc. Basic archiving to advance, depending on your plan, the advanced archiving is quite pricey on a month-by-month basis, which can quickly add up. And it provides an on-demand, anytime access. But is this enough for your organization? Not if you want to, or require maybe, 100% true and immutable data. If you want fast search and have to save time and money on resource, sucking out of e-discovery and litigation requests, and having the easy and automatic audit trails for peace of mind. Particularly in heavily regulated industries such as financial, legal, government, essentially across all sectors nowadays, Office 365's native data record keeping doesn't satisfy the legislative and compliance requirements. So we get often posed a question, couldn't I just back up my emails? I already have a backup solution to keep and record all of my data. There is a major difference between backup and archiving. Backup is a snapshot of moments in time, whereas email archiving capture is capturing the data in real time constantly. It's crucial to know who said what and when, which you need for record keeping. A backup tool doesn't offer the enriched search interfaces. Therefore, both solutions are used in conjunction to ensure all grounds are covered, and they may feel similar in functionality, they are quite different and are used complementarily. The need for a backup is obvious, and the need for archiving is simple as well. It's a necessity. It doesn't matter what industry or vertical you're in, you're likely to face a major or multiple overlapping of compliance regulations asking you to keep true and unaltered data for X amount of time or X amount of years, and this data set will grow. The IDC found that 60% of all business critical data are found in emails and emails only. Let's take a second to appreciate the fact that over half of your company's critical info are only found in the email and nowhere else, and therefore how important is it for you to make sure you don't lose access and authenticity of the data. In addition, 74% of the companies have been ordered to retrieve emails as court evidence. Your email contains important information. So finding that email, whenever you need to run that search smoothly and to answer any regulatory requirements quickly. So to help with that necessity, a specialist email archiving solution, like Cryoserver, can help resolve any gaps in compliance and speed up various email data requests and subject access requests or even freedom of information requests. So what's the difference between Office 365 archiving and a specialist archiving provider, such as Cryoserver? Office 365 archiving has some shortcomings. Office 365 archiving is limited to 2 concurrent searches at a time, so your organisation may need to run more than 2 searches at the same time. The inability to search across tens of thousands of mailboxes in a single search. You have to break the search into smaller groupings. End-user search results has a limitation of just to 250 items by default. The Office 365 Outlook client is configured to return a maximum of 250 search items. Then there's the lack of protection of archived items. Office 365 does not protect items in the archive from being tampered with or altered or even being deleted. With Cryoserver, there's a guarantee of 100% truth in the email data, ready and available for a quick compliance request. Cryoserver can help expedite e-discovery requests. There's no need to keep and maintain PSD files, which often do become corrupted over time. Centralize these PSD files into a Cryoserver environment. And then there's the productivity question, the data migration. You really ought to not have all your eggs in one basket. Office 365 does have outages. Make sure you have a safety blanket. In fact, in Office 365, one can only search certain file types as the attachments. So if you've got file types which are non-Office types, trying to search for keywords within inside those attachments will be near impossible if it sits outside an Office 365 style document type that they support. So what's the Cryoserver differentiation? What do companies like yourself should look for in a specialist email archiving solution? Well, one ought to consider having Office 365, which is the mail platform for sending and receiving emails, and then having Cryoserver sit alongside it, and it is the perfect combination. Any decent email archiving vendor will be able to receive a journal feed of emails from your mail platform, and Cryoserver creates an 100% record, an immutable and unaltered repository. So when you are deciding on an email archiving vendor, you probably want to be selecting one which takes a privacy first approach to protecting the data and controls access to data, and any access to that archive is audited to comply with GDPR and data privacy legislations and human rights. Cryoserver is a British email archiving vendor delivering its solutions across the world, either as an on-premise solution or as a cloud-based solution. We have flexibility in our deployment options, which allows you to scale depending on your preferred approach. If you decide to start archiving with an on-premise solution, but decide to move to our cloud offering, the transition from an on-premise solution to our cloud offering is relatively easy. But also you need a solution that is reliable, a solution that has presence in the marketplace for an extended period of time, who have a fantastic support network, not only in the UK, but worldwide. Cryoserver, we're all about improving the efficiency of businesses so that they can comply with the latest regulatory requirements to be able to fulfill on subject access requests incredibly quickly. I would recommend that you check out our videos on our website, but also book in for a one-to-one WebEx demo with one of the product experts here, and we can show you Cryoserver in action. Thank you for joining us today, and we'd love for you to experience all of what Cryoserver could do to bring your Office 365 world to perfection. How we can deliver a compliant email archiving solution that's becoming very popular in the marketplace, certainly with organizations that have Office 365 and Cryoserver. If you'd like to know more, feel free to email sales@cryoserver.com or book a WebEx via the cryoserver.com website.